Shalom. I'd like to say all praises due unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful members of the elect. This is just a lesson in regards to the black fur traders. Or I'm probably going to entitle it the Cree fur traders. And the Inuit fur traders, all right, because there's a lot of history, prior to Esau coming over here, our people was already doing a lot of trade, here in Canada, America, and it's a very we have a very complex history, and because even this one too, about the bass, were expert fishermen and sailors from the southern corner of the Bay of Biscay within the Portuguese. There were early arrivals to the Newfoundland Grand Banks, right? And when you watch that series, the Vikings, we were always here, because the tribes are here, the 10 tribes. You read Second Esdras 13 verse 40. It goes into that, right? So there's basically after Solomon died, the kingdom of Israel was divided. All right, so we had the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, and then the northern kingdom, right, which would be the 10 tribes. And there was many wars until the Lord got tired of it, and the Assyrians led the 10 tribes into captivity, in Assyria, and 722 BC. It goes into that, but I don't want to make it too long. Want to flow in the spirit, but this is very in depth, and that's why we have to know our history, because we are sovereigns, we're the ones who establish the whole constitution of Canada. All right, the Constitution of Canada. All right, the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms set out those rights and freedoms, so that Canadians believe are necessary in a free and democratic society, right? So basically, prior, with the whole with the new Constitution of Canada, if you read about the Magna Carta, we already here, and Magna Carta, Slovakia, if I'm kind of all over the place, but okay, this is Magna Carta, Canada. The Magna Carta, or the Grand Charter, was created in 1215. It was the first documented English jurisdiction to set the monarch was not above the law, and it became the basis for freedom, democracy and rule in the law in the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth, including Canada. It said the Magna Carta in the Canadian, it says the Magna Carta in Canada for its 800th anniversary, right? So we're already here, you know, in the Americas, you know, as royals and monarchs, you know. Like the monarchs now, you know, like they're not the real deal, you know. And like that's why you know, before the Queen Elizabeth II, before she passed, you know, or if you watch a lot of these different videos, you know, she always says, you know, like you always hear them talking about the black nobility, right? So we're the original, you know, nobles. You know, I come out of that, you know, my father's line. You know, I come from that, you know, from that stead, you know, and you know, through my father's side, through the so-called Anglo-Saxons, or if you mean angel, you know, England, you know, and then Saxon means Isaac, right? So I come out of that line, you know, Britain, you know, and Britain, you look into it, the Hebrew, it means covenant, it means man of the covenant, or covenant, right? So you know, then my mother's side, you know, she's a Sephardic Jew, you know. I come from the line of like Mateus the Costa and Gas Court Real, which means royal court. So I come from we come from royalty, man. And I know my bloodline, I go through my father and my mother's side come from royalty. All right, and I saw in Revelation 20:1, and I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. All right, so you know, like the angels, Yahushai, you know, and you know, he had the power and dominion, and you know, the pagan Roman Empire fell. Right, when you watch the movie, you know, Gladiator, you know, with Russell Crowe, you know, like we were being oppressed, you know, because 70 AD, you know, is when, you know, and it was already prophesied in Matthew 24 that, you know, basically like the siege that would befall, like the siege that would befall us in Jerusalem, you know, 70 AD. And you know, so a lot of our people fled and went to West Africa, you know, North Africa as well, and you know, some of our people were held into captivity, you know, through the Romans, you know, and you know, and basically that movie shows you that our people were very strong, you know, when you watch you know, like watch that movie, guy with Gladiator, but the other guy, he's a gladiator, right? And he fought against Rome, right? But he was hanged, you know, and like they were hanged eventually. Forgot the guy's name, but yeah, man. So basically, you know, after that, right? Basically, the pagan Roman Empire fell. Then we had the 5 good emperors, you know, which they were Israelite, they were Jakes, you know, and then you know, like Septimius Severus, you know, 193 AD, 336 AD with the Constantine the Great, you know, like they had like a treaty, and basically they set up the Roman Catholic Church, and they incorporated it with a lot of paganism, with Ceramesis and Tammuz and all that type of stuff. And basically we were in rulership for over 1,000 years. During that time, from the 5 good emperors, and then Constantine the Great, and the Moors, like Tariq, who was 711 AD, that the Strait of Gibraltar, and our people were fighting for power. Got a lot of our people converted to Islam, under Islam, which Islam means to submit, and under Muhammad, under that religion. All right, so very in depth, right? And basically, we fell, or like Esau, he fell or whatever, and we had them in cargo slave ships, we had them in slavery, we had them in slavery, but and Esau was he was destitute, man. He went to a base state, and then and having a key in his having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. He laid hold on the dragon, which would be in the pagan Roman Empire. It says the old serpent, which goes back through the garden, who deceived, who used Eve to deceive Adam. It's the same crafty man, which is the devil and Satan, adversary, and bound him 1,000 years, and caused him to and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nation no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that, he must be loose a little season. All right, so Esau obtained his blessing. He got his manifest destiny, and was able to rule, because Jacob, he supplanted Esau, for the blessing. You go to Genesis 25, 21, you go into it, but I'm not gonna go into that. I'm gonna go into Genesis 27. Then I'm gonna continue with the Cree fur traders, and the so-called Inuit, or Gad, the Inuit, and Issachar, 'cause our people were inhabiting this land that we call America, Canada, Mexico, Central America, South America, the Caribbeans. The tribes was already here. Genesis 27 verse 39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, so Isaac, we know that Isaac's Yahushai, so he's the one who, Isaac, or Yahushai, he's the one who has the keys, right? So everybody comes into their lot, and we know that Isaac was Yahushai, like Melchizedek, so he's the firstborn of all creation, of spirits, everything. And Isaac was his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. So like they have the plane, which was invented by the Wright brothers. Like they had that whole idea, with like to have a kite, and they use that, and like that's why like we have planes and all that, that we're able to go and travel, anywhere in this world, through the Wright brothers, and and then the NASA, like the NASA space stations, and their satellites, you know, and Esau, like this is his blessing. It says the earth given into the hand of the wicked. Behold, it said thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. And by the sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. Right. So yeah, like Esau is the man who lives by the sword, man. Like Samuel de Champlain, or Samuel de Champlain. He came, and he came with Matthias de Costa. He was an interpreter, and basically, I don't know what happened to Matthias de Costa, but he was there for a while. But eventually, he came and he learned our ways, our route, everything, and he was a bloody man, and shot down our people, man, with the gun, and so we know that Esau, like we know that Esau or Cain, Cain means weapon. He's a man who lives by the gun, by the weapon, and and by the sword shalt thou live, and thou shalt serve thy brother. Right. So Esau is the end of the world, Jacob's beginning of it that followeth. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. Right. So yeah, so we're in this yoke right now, but the Heavenly Father, he's gonna get that yoke from off our neck, man. All right. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said, the days of mourning for my father are at hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob. I'm gonna get like Deuteronomy, or I'm gonna get Genesis 49 and then Deuteronomy. All right, and then I'm gonna continue to this lesson. All right, because everything is already written. All right, so we were ruling, like the United Kingdom, and going to Upper Canada and Lower Canada. We were here. The so-called black loyalists. Like that was us. And when you read about like King George, like they're Negroes, but they're very fair. King George III was a Negro, right? But it says, was this Britain's first black queen, right? No, there was many. All right, and cause this is how he actually was, and I believe he died 1872. All right, and her line goes all the way. She's her line goes back to the Queen Victoria. Goes to that. So our people were still in power, but eventually, what happened? Esau got his blessing. All right, and through Meyer Amchal Bauer goes into that. Slovakia. Says that the Rothschild family control every central bank in the world. Yeah, they do. All right, and they obtain this wealth, by through from World War One, World War Two, and even before, you know, um, I believe with Napoleon. I'm gonna read this. This is a very good thing. You could read this. It said that the Rothschild family control every central bank in the world. Yeah, and they pretty much do. All right. It says, I allowed there a certain romance associated with the Baron Rothschilds, right? And we know that that Rothschild means red shield, right? Because their original or their name is really Bauer, right? Which I believe is peasant or servant, right? Who have certain nearby for a lot of significant historical events. It says familiar tendencies towards secrecies. Look, yeah. This is the main point. It said the family business got going in the late 1700s in Frankfurt, which we believe that's in Germany or Belgium, in that region, where one Mayor Amchal Bauer or Rothschild, right? Because processed from dealing coins, right? So there were traders, of coins, and silver and gold, right? That was his craft. All right, and we're gonna continue to read. And an antique to providing financial services for local for local power brokers, mostly notably local power brokers. Let me get some water. It says mostly notable crowns: Prince William of Heiser or Cassel. All right, so he had a lot of he was a lender, right, and he was lending it to a lot of the crowns, over there, in Germany and in Britain, and we're gonna continue to read. In a short order, Meyer Amchal, right, it says dispatch his sons to the great cities of Europe, London, Paris, Venice, and Naples, where they set up shop, right? And basically this is how they're still obtaining their wealth, their power, right? And they're a syndicate, and they work together, and this is what they do. They oppress our people, and by any means necessary, man. It says this being and it's a good movie to watch too, with Eddie Murphy, at Trading Places, goes into that. This is because that's is we're living in it, even though a lot of our people sold out, our people are in bed, with with the Roman Catholic Church, the false prophet. And also too, with the natives, with some of these reserves, they have casinos, and they have a lot of they already sold out, certain of the leaders of our people, man. The leaders of our people have I find it, but I'm just paraphrasing it. It says the leaders of our people cause our people to err. It says the Rothschild found great success lending money to various governments of Europe. All right, so like that's why they have the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, which is run by these guys, and a whole lot of so-called Amalekite families, Jewish families, right, who needed the break to fund their unending wars with one another. Right, so this is pretty much, this is a very good article. All right, it says, does the Rothschild family control every central bank in the world? And they do, So like I have a lot of, So let's just go to the main point. It says the Ojibwe language, right? So the Ojibwe, they're the Cree, which are Reuben. Through all Canada and America, right? Well, yeah, I'm gonna get the scripture, Genesis 49, and thing, because basically, the RCMP, or the Northwest Mounted Police, they're involved in a lot of things, and like they control the whole Northwest Territories, the whole of Canada, right? Goes into that, but it's like, yeah. Yes, it says the Dominion Police, right? So was the federal police force, it says force of Canada between 1868 and 1920, right? And was one of the most one of the predecessors of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, right? And basically, all these police forces and stuff, they're Amalekites who run it, through their central banks, and who run this, that's why I just brought out that article about Mayor Amchal. These are the guys who run the shots, and they did a lot of injustice to our people, man. All right, and I'm gonna get the scripture, Genesis 49, and because these guys, they're involved in a lot of stuff. It says it's providing like bodyguards for government leaders, carrying out secret service work, arising from activities of final raids, enforcing certain federal laws such as those that relating to counterfeiting and human trafficking, right? And that's what goes on, here in Canada. A lot of our people's going missing, Gad, and Reuben, Issachar. This is what this society is about, to oppress Jacob. Right, Genesis 49 and 19. Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome him at the last. Right, so through the Royal Canadian or the Mounties. All right, the Northwest. Like the Northwest, like the Northwest Mounted Police, or the RCMP, the American Cavalry, watch this movie. It's called Navajo Joe. All right, it goes into that. If I could, I'm gonna share this link in the description. I'm not gonna play it. All right, this is very good. Most offensive Western movie ever, right? Because our people was being scalped. So and I'm gonna get that. It's like if I'm kind of all over the place, because I have a lot of tabs that got Slakia. Slakia, 1 second. Yeah, this is the Redskin bounty, right? So there was a bounty on our people's head, with his so-called Judah Benjamin Levi, who was already who came, through the transatlantic slave trade, or our people who, on like some of our people who already been here prior, and there was bounty on our people's head, It says the term redskin was in fact used in conjunction with the scalp of hunting in the 19th century. In 1861, in Wyoming, Minnesota newspaper, it said the Daily Republic. It says the Daily Republican printed an announcement. The state word for dead Indian has been increased to $200 for every red skin sent to purgatory. Right, so we were basically executed. They would skin our people, and they will purge. They will purge our people. And these are the same people who's gonna be purging our people with with the whole purge law in Illinois. Because a lot of these wild niggas in Illinois, who's out here killing our people, killing themselves. There's not gonna that there's gonna be no bail. Like you won't have no cash bail. So basically, this system is basically to make money, through basically, through the prison industrial complex and everything, man. Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome him at the last. Right, and we're approaching that time, man. We're approaching that time. I'm gonna read the translation. It says the NKJV, Gad, a troop shall tramp upon him, but he shall triumph him at the last. Right, so so that's when the elect are gonna are gonna triumph over these people who oppressed us, man. We're gonna and like Yahweh Shai is gonna be there, because there's gonna be all hell breaking loose, man. All right. Genesis 49 and 3. Reuben, thou art my firstborn, my might, and beginning of my strength, the excellency of dignity and the excellency of power. Alright, so Reuben, they were born first, or like they were the firstborn, but because he committed adultery by sleeping with Jacob's concubine, he didn't get that birthright. It was given unto Judah, because Israel ultimately set up, because the Messiah, he came out of the waters of Judah, right? And we all come out of the waters of Judah, through Adam unto the Heavenly Father. We all come out of that water, unstable as water. Thou shalt not excel, because thou wentest up to my father's bed. Thou the faucet, he went up to my couch. Alright, this is Deuteronomy 33. And I'm going to close just now, soon. Get a couple more points. It said Deuteronomy 33 and 1. And this is the blessing wherewith Moses, the man of Yahweh, blessed the children of Israel. It says right before his death, right? So like how Jacob, he blessed his sons. Moses, he came back in that same step, right? So and that's gonna happen again. That when the elect is gonna be delivered, and they're gonna get, every tribe is gonna get their different blessing, by Masha, Moses, which means draw out. And he said, the Lord come from, and he said, the Lord cometh from Sinai, and rose up from Seir unto them. He shined forth from the mountain of Paran, and he came with 10,000 of saints from the right hand, with a fiery law for them. And yea, he loved the people. All the saints are in thy hand, and they sat down at thy feet. Every one shall receive of thy words. Right. So this is our verse 6. Let Reuben live and not die, and let not his men be few. Right. Because Reuben, there's like they're scattered, through Florida, Georgia, Oklahoma, through throughout Canada and the States, with the Cree people. They're very vast, right? And they were a big clan. And also a good series to watch is the 500 Nations, right? That one's very good too. Genesis 33 and 20. And of Gad he said, blessed be he that enlargeth Gad. He dwelleth as a lion, and teareth the arm with the crown of his head, right? And that's what they did. Like they would, they would have, something sharp, and they would cut, and they would shake their hand, and they had, like with the chiefs, right? And basically, like that's why they have when you see a native, like they have that chief, like they have like the eagle feathers, like a crown, and so and he and he and he provided the first part of himself, because there is a portion of the lawgiver, right? So Gad or whatever, a lot of them were that was like a lot of them were keeping the laws even in the new world. Was he seated, and he came with heads of the people, and he executed justice of the Lord and his judgments with Israel, right? Alright. Yeah, I can't think, because I have a lot of notes, a lot of thing, but basically, Northwest Territory, these guys are up there, they're mining our our people are up there, and they're doing all kinds of things. They're mining, gold rush, and killing our people, doing all kind of wickedness, man. So we gotta be saved, man. Yeah, but this is the black fur traders. This is very good. Alright, which are not black, alright. Just call us Israelites, but they're gonna keep calling us black. It says the black people within the history of the fur traders is rarely considered. Black people were rarely in a position to write their own stories, right? Goes to that, but you could do your research as well. But there's a very good yeah, I'm gonna share this in the description. The black fur traders. Slovakia. Yeah, it says the black fur traders in Canada. It's on YouTube. I'm gonna share this, and the black enslavement in Canada, where I share these links. So with that, that's pretty much it. We get this scripture, Revelation 13. Then I want to close. Revelation 13:9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leave into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. So that's it, man. We we had to fall. We're still going through it. We're not even in time of Jacob trouble. But basically, we're basically there. We're approaching it. And all hell's gonna break loose, man. And they have that they already have their technology mastered, and the only thing that's gonna save us, is the Lord having mercy, and because it's gonna get that. Matthew 24 verse 22. All right, this is the Lord. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake those days should be shortened. So we're approaching these times, man, because if the Lord doesn't come, man, we're all gonna be doomed, man. So with that, let us all praise due unto Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kodash. Peace, best of hope for members of the elect, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom. Hopefully this video is edifying. Shalom.